brought to you from the beautiful Sonora High Desert in Southern California. It's Hermit Live with Edward D. Robinson.
Tonight, we'll introduce one new format, two new segments, and blatantly rip off The Late Show with David Letterman's introduction. And now, the only man you know who can swallow 27.5 inches, Edward D. Robinson!
Good morning, lifers. It's Hermit Life in the Desert with Edward D. Robinson. That's me. Welcome to the new format. We're going to introduce a couple new segments in the show, do some new stuff. First, let me get to the point. It takes about 5 to 6 hours to edit one of these shows together. And we're not counting the time during the day of following myself around with the camera. It takes a good bit of my day. Because of the situation I'm in here, I need a good bit of my day just to stay alive. I live in an extreme situation. So what I'm going to do is, instead of putting out a video every day, I'm going to put them out every couple days from now on. And there's a reason behind this. Originally, I just ran out of power, so I had to skip a day. And then today I had so much to do, and I have the video footage from yesterday still. So it'll be, well, every couple days we'll put one out. Eventually it'll probably just be once a week. But for right now, I want to give you better content. It'll be easier if I have a day to plan things out and edit, and I'm not rushed to put it together. So I want to give you better content, quality content. I really want to do this right, so we're going to put one out every couple days. We're going to have the new segments in here. We're going to go for a texture hike. I'm in the man cave now instead of in the RV. I'll be moving soon. I mean, it's nice out here. It's so much easier to keep this comfortable than it is the RV. The insulation's better in here because it's built out of insulation. So welcome to the new format. I hope you enjoy it. Art, take us to the desert. That's good.
Hey, good morning, lifers. It's almost 4 o'clock. It's not raining. It's not raining. I did run out of propane just a little while ago. I gotta go out, get the new propane tank, bring it in here, hook it up to the hose so I can get the heat running again. It's cold as snot. I mean, it's cold. It's cold. We might actually be able to get outside and get things working today. I mean, we got some serious work to do to pick up from the storms and the water and the rain and everything else. And I was hoping today maybe we could go through the buildings that I'm making out here and explain to you how I build them, how they're made, what they're made of. That'll be a good video. So hopefully the rain will stay away for a little while. We can get some work done. We can clean up from the storm and go through that. And I'm going to go do this propane thing real quick, swap out, because I need some heat in here and I need coffee. All right? So I'll catch you later. See? We've got that shot a million times. Change that shot. Of course I dropped the camera. I always drop the camera. A rule somewhere that I must drop the camera every freaking day. Oh, there's a nice rock.
This is what I didn't do last time, or before the storm, I should say. Batten down the hatches, as it were. I did not put that lock in before the storm hit, and that's why the door slammed open. If the outside lock had been a little more secure, it would have helped, but I'm sure I just didn't latch it all the way, because I never do. The inside one is the batten lock. This is a great lock for going to the store, going to town, but normally it's not a, once you lock it, it has to be open with a key. So I don't use this as my everyday lock. I use the one inside, so I'm sure I just didn't lock it, and that's why that. All right, I'm kind of scared to go in here. Some damage out here. The door was open earlier today, but I didn't want to. Wow, look at that. Place looks like it's been abandoned for years. And it's still soaking wet. All that, the stainage that you see is the water. It is soaking wet in here. Everyone, it's soaked. They actually closed down the interstates on both sides of my valley here. I'm in Mountain Springs, in a little mountain valley here. And they closed down the interstate, I-8, on both sides of me for the last couple days. The wind turbine is just handling all this beautifully. This is an amazing design. If you're in a gusty, windy, stormy area, that's why I got this one. I tried the propeller type. It did not even last a month. It just disintegrated. It's probably a piece of junk anyway. This thing just pumped away. It doesn't pump out as much, but it pumps it out fairly steadily. And it handles the high winds nicely no matter what direction the wind's coming from. It just keeps on chugging. Okay, that job's fixed. I guess I should get onto that. Everything picked up. It doesn't look like we got another storm coming in right now. Looks like we actually got a little bit of break from it. Hat strapped down under the chin here. I love it. I got to go out and clean up next door because a lot of stuff blew over. Nobody lives there. It's empty land, but it's tough. I don't want to leave trash blowing around. So before it gets too bad, I'm going to zip over there and do some cleanup. So see you after I get this done. Welcome to the first of the two new segments. This is called Answering Viewers' Questions. What we're going to do is answer viewers' questions. Art, take us in. Viewer questions, viewer questions. We're going to answer viewers' questions. An observant viewer noticed that those two yurts, I call them yurts, it stands for modified hexayurt. Yurt, it's like saying meow with a yurt at the end. Yurt, fun to say. Anyway, these two yurts are taller than these two yurts. Well, these first two I built first, that's why I call them the first two, but that's not why. The difference is the county line goes right through the middle of the property. San Diego County allows 100 square foot buildings without a permit, without requirements. Imperial County allows 110 square foot without building requirements or permits. So, San Diego County, these are 96 square foot. That's actually 4 by 8 right there. That's 8 foot from one there to there. It's 11 foot from one end to the other. And there's 1 foot of 2-inch foam there on the top. That makes it a 5-foot wall. 4 foot of plywood, 1 foot of foam. These have, this one's really high, so it has a little extra on the bottom, but it's 1 4-foot sheet of plywood, then a 1 foot strip of plywood, and then the 2-inch foam top. Well, that's why these are 6 foot tall at the edge. It's 4 foot of plywood, 1 foot of plywood, then 1 foot of foam. That's 6 foot. These are only 5 foot. 1 piece of plywood, 1 piece of foam. Dun, da, da, da. Answer viewer questions. Woo! Viewer questions, viewer questions. We're going to answer viewers' questions. We're going to wrap today's show up with the second of our two new segments. This is called Texture Hike. Now, in my work, I use a lot of textures, and I gather them myself so I don't have copyright issues. Today, I'm going to take you on a texture hike with me. This is going to be fun. It's one of my favorite things to do. I hope you like it as much as I do. It's going to be the last bit of the show, so after this, I'll see you on the next one. Ciao, Bella. Art, you know what to do. Texture hike, texture hike. It's time to go on a texture hike. Really?